The way I see it, the neighbours at 323, 319, 315, 317, and especially 323 and 327, I think through the lofts they're smuggling drugs back and forward, back and forward. We can't. The Interpol's not doing anything. Interpol I can't reach. The British police won't let me reach them. They keep putting me in a mental hospital every time I try to blow the whistle. And through the lofts, I'm sure they're just smuggling drugs. So the top two tier lodges are drug holders. My brother seems to be a drug addict, and the police is just turning a blind eye to everything, because the police is involved. More importantly, the NHS is involved. It seems like Diane Abbott and Jeremy Corbyn, it's exactly the same thing. When you had the Labour Party before, you voted for Blair and you got Brown. When you got Brown, it meant heroin. So you vote for Tony Blair, then you get Brown, and that's somehow the whites and the blacks and some corrupt Pakistanis are holding populations and victimizing populations of Pakistanis into voting for Labour. So when they vote Labour, then you get these houses where people are just, your neighbours are drug holders, and that's how they're doing this. And you know what, I need Interpol, because this country's a shithole. No one wants to stay here, no one wants to be their drug mules. You work hard, you work hard. I worked 18 hours in a factory day and night on Red Bank Street, on Red Bank Road, and I got a mortgage for this house. And they steal your sperm, they try to kill you abroad, and then they try to take your property. And that's what Alicia and Romana is doing. Whichever one of the two is got my DNA in them. Maybe they both got my DNA in them, but they've stolen condoms, they've stolen sperm, and this is how the drug mafias are running their drug rackets. And then they're all the Pakistani drivers are taxi drivers. So if they're taxi drivers, then they can just pass the drugs around like they do. So the police is either incredibly incompetent, blind, or they're all Labour voters. But I know for a fact that Diane Abbott is nothing but a big drug baron. Jeremy Corbyn looks like a hippie. Even the Conservatives, all politicians, I think, are dependent on drug money, media money, drug money. So we need Interpol. This country's it's the worst country in the world. It's like the drug mule of the world is what this country is. I want Interpol. And the Pakistani media seems to be completely complicit in all forms of drug dealing and drug muling. The media seems to own the fake situations and the screens, and they're framing people, and they frame the innocent and put them in mental hospitals, whilst they have all sorts of drug mules, because the British students want the drugs. That's the problem. So for me, I just want to leave this country. I don't care what happens to me in Pakistan. I just want to go back to Pakistan, because this country seems to be one big drug muling psychological maze. It is Shutter Island, and people need to get the fuck out of this island, because the people aren't worth it, the country's not worth it, the law's completely corrupt, the media's completely complicit, and there's just one big... It's Sin City. This is Sin City. You're born, you're framed, you're born, you're framed, your sperm's stolen, your future's written by movie writers who just sit there with cameras in your house. The police is involved. Since the cameras come about, Britain's made a lot of money, and we need Interpol. It's as simple as that. I hope to God Germany or France come here as Interpol and investigate what these people are doing, because the people here in power seem to be the builders, the bankers, the drug dealers, the media, and the politicians. They're the people in power. So we need Interpol.